Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in and welcome. As expected, there's a lot of volatility and the markets are pretty choppy. And that's just because there's so much uncertainty in the air. People really don't know which direction the economy is headed in, so we really can't get a stable price. Now, the medium to long term is really where we need to be focused on, and that is looking very bullish for precious metals. So, this video actually isn't talking about the prices right now, but it is talking about where the prices could be headed. That's more important than looking at the day-to-day price. If you're investing into something, you got to look at where the investment is headed, not really as much as the day-to-day. For example, if you're investing into real estate, let's say you're about to buy property, you don't really look at the value right now. You're more concerned about where that property is going to be in a couple of years. Are they building schools, tearing schools down? Are they building shopping centers, tearing them down? Because then you can get a better estimate on the property value or where it will be headed when you're ready to sell 5, 10 years down the line. Silver's the same way. So right now, I found a crazy article. There are so many discoveries for silver. And that's because silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. Nothing performs like silver, especially for as cheap as it is. Not even gold. Back in the day in biblical times, Egyptians they saw silver as magical because it responded with elements like no other metal did. And that's still true till today. So silver has many futuristic applications in wearable sensors to aircrew uniform, and there's so many. And silver is still being, still being, I guess, just embraced by scientists because there's so much to do with it. They found a way to make it 40% stronger without losing any electrical conductivity. So this is, no pun intended, a gold mine for scientists. Now, this is a crazy article I found because silver can now be printed directly on human skin to monitor vital signs. Now, I know this isn't an article too much about investing, but it actually is if you think about it. We need to understand our investments and what they're used for, and also because that will give us a perfect direction on where they're headed from a supply and demand side. Just like Bitcoin. With any investment, you got to understand the investment's entirety. Scientific breakthroughs in silver use technology and applications are adding to demand. And this is one of the things that people overlook. Not just 5G technology from 5G towers, not just electric vehicles, not just solar panels if Biden wins, but also all of the other things that silver will be discovered for and also used for. So yes, those are the top three that people look at, but think about all the new discoveries, especially as we advance technologically into a new digital era. Silver is going to be needed more and more and more, but the supply, the production is actually getting cut back. So globally, silver bullion coins demand is up strongly. And that's from the Silver Institute, which is definitely the most reputable source for that. The ASX Silver Stock Guide, everything you need to know. The list of applications for silver now includes antiviral uniforms for aircrew to silver fiber sensors and face masks and wearable sensors printed directly onto human skin. If you don't remember the article that came out a couple months ago, they were using silver in the face mask to kill the bacteria because silver has antimicrobial properties. It's used in the medical world for colloidal silver. There's silver nanoparticles. There's photovoltaic cells that silver is used in for solar panels. Silver is it's used in everything, So researchers from China and the US have made wearable silver sensors that can be adhered to human skin to monitor vital signs such as heart rate, blood oxygen, and body temperature, according to industry, the Silver Institute. The wearable silver sensors can be applied to human skin at room temperature using a new technique developed by a group of researchers from Penn University in the US and Shenzhen Science and Technology Program, among others. The sensor can be recycled since removal does not damage the device. And that's actually a really good thing to note. A lot of people probably look over this sentence right here, but this is actually really important. Why? Because a lot of silver is lost in technology. We need silver to be recycled. The recirculating supply of silver is very low. Gold is always recycled because it's profitable to do so. People are going to go through their jewelry drawer. They're going to scrap gold out of laptops. 95% of gold is recycled, even when it's used in something else. Silver, on the other hand, since it's much cheaper, it's not as profitable, so people don't have the same motivation to scrap silver out of laptops. Most silver is thrown away in technology where gold is remelted. So you can see how the production of silver is actually much smaller because of how much is lost. So, and importantly, removal does not damage the skin either. Silver used in electronic circuitry is used sintered. That is, silver in powder form is heated to a high temperature, but the new room temperature process is safer for skin contact. So you can see this is what it would look like. And I don't know if they draw this on you. It almost looks like they draw it on you. I don't know if it's like a pre-made type of film that they put on your hand that's already kind of pre-drawn. That'd make more sense. So researchers from the U.S. and China have jointly produced human skin-based silver sensors to monitor essential signs. So it looks like it might be it's probably like a film or something they place on you. That looks drawn on though. Maybe that's just like an example picture or something, but silver antimicrobial uniforms for air crew are catching worldwide interest. And this is the thing. This isn't just U.S. and China. All of the discoveries are beneficial on a global scale. So think about how much demand that's going to put. Even in just the solar panels, in just the green energy revolution, that is expected to boost silver demand by millions of ounces. So imagine all these other things. And not only that, think about the individual investors like you and I also wanting to invest as silver becomes more popular, more interested as the price rises. So there's going to be a lot of money going into silver. The uniform is 97% cotton and embedded with silver ions to give it antimicrobial properties that remain after washing 100 times at 60 degrees Celsius. The antiviral crew uniform has obvious applications in the world of air travel post-pandemic. The uniform has only been launched very recently, and we have received a good amount of interest from airlines and airports. So that's definitely, it's probably going to stick. And this might seem like a pretty not as focused in the investing world as as something like 5G or solar panels, but all of this adds up together, right? All of this does, and who knows how big this takes off? Who knows what if this could replace the old type of utensils and the old type of machines we use. Everything is changing. We're always ever changing, even equipment that we use. And if it can be used more conveniently, right, then it will be replaced, especially if it's for cheaper. And silver is pretty dang cheap, so I'm assuming that all of these new inventions are going to be mainstream. They're going to be the new thing. Silver-based diagnostic sensors present in space-age face mask. So lastly, scientists at Cambridge University have developed a face mask with diagnostic sensors made from silver that can transmit information on the wearer's health using Wi-Fi. The face covering has microscopically thin semiconductors made from silver that can be easily made using 3D printing technology and are sensitive to changes in moisture, odor, and other functions of the human body. So our fiber sensors are lightweight, cheap, small, and easy to use, so they can potentially be turned into home-tested devices to allow public to perform self-administered tests. That's crazy. So these funds flood into silver exchange traded products in 2020. Silver is having its time in the sun as investment too, with investment holding in silver exchange traded products or ETPs nearly tripling year on year in September quarter. ETP holdings jumped by 297 million ounces in September to a quarter 1 billion ounces, according to the Silver Institute. In the September 2019 quarter, ETP holdings increased by a modest 103 million ounces. Globally, silver bullion coin demand is up strongly as well, with 65% increase in demand over the first 3 quarters of 2020. This was due to strong sales in two key bullion coin markets, US and Germany, with both seeing substantial double-digit gains over the first 9 months. If you can remember, the US Mint actually sold out of American Eagles. A lot is changing. So it keeps going on. Now they're talking more about these mining companies, people that are producing silver, how much, what the market cap is, etc. But the whole point is this. Silver is going to be needed more and more and more. And that's regardless of where the price goes. Even if silver goes to $50, $100 an ounce, people always ask me this: Slayer, who's going to pay $100 an ounce for silver, right? Well, I tell them this: you will. You question it. You ask who will, but I bet you will. I compare this to Bitcoin. If I would have told you when I started buying Bitcoin at $1,800 that people would buy it at $20,000, you would laugh at me. And the funniest part is, the people that were laughing at me are the ones that were paying that much for Bitcoin when I wasn't. See, it's herd mentality. When the price of something starts rising, that's where the proof is that it has that there's potential, that it's profitable. See, when the price is low, nobody wants to invest because they don't see evidence that it's profitable. We know because we understand, silver's market. We understand, everything that's brewing up in the silver world. But most people look at silver right now and say, oh, it's $25. I'm not going to buy that because it's not profitable. It's not moving. They don't know. They're not thinking forwards that it will. Now, same thing went with Bitcoin. I bought it at $1,800. As the price started rising, thousands of dollars, people started talking about it, news channels, friends, family, and then people buy it after it's already exploded. The same thing's gonna happen with silver. Most people won't start investing into silver till it's probably $40, $50, and that's when we'll be selling it to those people, right? Producers turn into consumers, consumers turn into producers. But not only that, also big business still has to pay that price too. You think that just because silver's $50, $60, $70, that they're just gonna not use it, especially with all the new discoveries and how vital silver is in the everyday world? No. And you better hope they do if you want the newest, latest iPhone to be somewhat affordable, right? So anyways, I just wanted to share this article. I got some more stuff I'm going to be making today. I just wanted to make this different type of video. It's always nice to just switch up your content. I mean, we could talk about silver prices all day, especially with the election, but I try to come from all angles, right? I really try to give you guys a very thorough picture of the market, what the markets are doing and where they're headed, not just showing it from one angle. I try to give the full picture, and I hope you guys like that. I definitely try to make some quality content where you guys know the ins, the outs, the everything that has to do with silver. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos. This was Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.